Hi, it's Judith here. I was thinking that this would be the last time I would be talking about what I've been going through and about bereavement and grief. But something tells me I might have something to say next week, so watch this space. This last week, since I last spoke to you, has been very odd indeed. Very difficult to describe. I wouldn't say I was depressed, but I was very flat. Very low energy, very low mood. And as we all do, I was trying to think, why is this? And there's good reasons why it might have been like that. The high adrenaline period was over, so even though all of the emotions I talked about in the first video that come with grief, the sadness, the anger, the guilt, they're high energy emotions, and I'm not saying I'm through the grieving process by any manner of means, but those had waned and I was sort of left in no man's land. And that, of course, is possibly the other reason, because we were unable to have the funeral last Friday on the 17th as we'd hoped, and it isn't until next Friday. So we were very much in no man's land, in limbo between the death and the funeral. So what did I do? I did my very, very best to be kind to myself. I was very much led by what my mind and my body were telling me they needed. And for probably the first time in my life, I was able to do that without guilt about all of the things that I should be doing. Because what I needed to be doing was what I did. I'm usually overwhelmed, as I say, with guilt and a belief that I'm being lazy because I'm doing what I feel like doing, which may sound familiar to some of you. So in a sense, I'm grateful to Ron for giving me this opportunity to actually experience that and to go with it. I've got close recently, but I've never quite been there as I was last week. So I just went with it, and as I say, you know, went for a walk when I felt like it, sat in the sun, which I was exceedingly grateful to see, and did whatever seemed right to me. As well as the funeral next Friday, the other thing we've had going on is it was Ron's birthday yesterday, and that was obviously going to be hard for all of us. But again, it was wonderful. Independently, the two families, my sons and my daughters, and me, all came to the same conclusion that we wanted to do something. We didn't want to just let the day pass. So we met up in the park of a lovely stately home in Derbyshire, just north of Derby, where we'd met after the 2021 lockdown. And he was with us then. So we met in the same place. We did the walk that we did with him, and we remembered him. And again, we were blessed with beautiful sunshine, and as well as the snowdrops, the daffodils were out. So it was a real opportunity to celebrate his day, even though he couldn't be there with us. And the really good bit was, instead of a cold, windy picnic, which was all we could do in 2021, we actually went off to a nice warm pub and had a lunch and toasted him and remembered him, which was lovely. But on the way home, the lowness returned quite deeply, and I felt exceedingly sad. And again, I just sat with it. And when I got home, I cuddled my cats and just did what I needed to do. And this morning, I feel much better than I did yesterday evening. So it's accepting that these emotions will just wash over you. You've had a lovely day. Why should you be feeling like that? And not questioning it, just accepting that that is your reality at this moment. Just being with it, breathing with it, and not trying to force it away or not trying to analyse it and work out why it happened. So we had a lovely day, and yeah, now we're in the 4 days leading up to the funeral. But we've planned the very best funeral we can for him. It'll be tough, of course. But again, I and the rest of my family are trying to see this as much as a celebration of his life than a mourning of his death. But of course it is both, and bits of it will be difficult. As many family members who feel up to it are going to contribute, but it was totally okay for those who didn't want to. And close friends who we spent a lot of the children's childhood with, holidaying in this country and abroad, they're coming up to stay the night before, so we're all getting together the night before. So that's something to look forward to, getting in touch with old friends and spending time with them. So that will help us all on Thursday evening. So I haven't said this before because I haven't felt it was the right thing to say or that I was ready to say it, but I think I am now. If you've got to the end of this video and you are experiencing similar things, similar emotions, either from a recent bereavement or one that you've never really dealt with, then I am available. If you just want to talk, I'm happy to listen, and I won't be feeling the same as you're feeling because we're all unique, but I have an awful lot of empathy at the moment for that bereavement state. And yeah, if you want more, if you want help in any other way, that's available too. So I will definitely see you next week. What I will be talking about, even I don't know yet, but I will know what's right to say at the time. But until then, take care of yourselves, whatever's going on in your life, and be kind and gentle to yourself, particularly if you need to. Okay.